Hey guys, and welcome to the next video in my Let's Play Donkey Kong Country Returns series. We're on part number 6, and now we're going forward in World 4, starting with Bombs Away. And this would probably be maybe not my least favorite, one of my least favorite worlds in the whole game. It's really rough, so getting the K letters in this can kind of suck. It's really challenging. K there is simple, just jump the right time. The OE here is probably one of the harder levels to get in this world. There are quite a few, but that one's tricky, and if you mess it up, you'll die very, very carefully. And if you're not very careful, I should say, not carefully. So yeah, you just add the duck right there, and you can see it. You gotta jump at just the right second, or otherwise you'll miss it, and then you probably have to restart the level, which really sucks if that's the case. Fairly straightforward level, though. You just gotta duck at the right moment, jump off the right moles to collect stuff and whatnot. It's simple enough. It's hard, though. Really hard. It's made doing this without dying once this entire world a complete pain. Like, I struggled to get through all 4 to 5 levels I went through in this. Actually, I believe it's 5. I went through all the minecart levels, and then I went through K, so there's a lot here. There, just bounce off that mole and get on. Then the other layer by bouncing off of him, and you'll have an end there. G just comes along naturally. Make sure your spacer jumps out there. When you get to this segment here, just know you're very close to the end in the G. Keep going, then jump again carefully, and then this is easy. You gotta jump right around when it's about to reach the end of the loop every time. Not the exact end, but just a little bit before. You should be fine. Then the G should come naturally with that if you do it right. The ending, you just hold still. You should get sent flying off like that when you're in the crooked rail, and then you've beaten the level. At the end, there's a little segment for a puzzle piece if you want that, so you can go for that if you want it. Okay, I don't remember which levels I didn't want over, so we'll see what's next. 4-Bide Crowded Cavern. Okay, this is the level I was talking about. I remember it now. The name sticks out. This level sucks. This is easily the worst level in World 4. Basically, this entire level, you're being chased by a giant bat, or maybe it wasn't an entire level, but it's a good portion of the level. And this bat is persistent. It has some very, very large range attacks, so you gotta be really, really careful with him. If you're not, you'll get hit by him and you'll be dead. And he is really unfun to deal with. You'll see what I mean when you see him in here. Here, it's just patterns, kind of watch where they're at, and then fly really safe. If you want bananas and labs, I'd try to fly and gather them right there. Really simple. Gotta go a little low for the K, but then you fly up and you'll be good. I believe the O here is in an arc, a little bit ahead. There's your... Okay, it's the bottom of the arc, but yeah, you get the point. Puzzle piece there for you to collect, so... Get that pretty easy if you want it to. This, you gotta kind of lead those blue bats a little bit, not much. You just go where they're going to be not hitting. So if they're like going to the top, go to the bottom. If they're at the bottom, go to the top. It's really simple. Just a matter of being careful there. See, the big bat here is trying to get you. Just try to dodge him and be careful, and then pull up with a certain amount of force to get that in. Be very careful though, or you might end up hitting the ceiling. Going here. Some bananas, you need them. And there's a checkpoint for you. Now we're about to get into the really, really tough part of this level. Go through a little bit further. This is it. You have to sit here and try to force his attacks in a certain pattern. So I was doing it like up and down. It's really dependent on how you want to do it. And if you're not careful, you will get hit. So you got to lead his attacks where you can dodge them. And then you got to hope you're low enough that you can get the end when you're near it. So really difficult, but once you get past that segment, you should be able to do this. So once you get through that, you've really gotten past the hardest segment in World 4. There's nothing else that's going to be that challenging. Some hard levels here, but that marks the hardest easily. The K level is pretty challenging too, but definitely not on that level. Anyway, here, just buying a key for the next level. And then we move on to 4-2. Actually, I didn't need that right away, but it helps to have 4-4 like open for me like as soon as I beat it. And now we're moving on to 4-2, Grip and Trip. This one is, if I'm not mistaken, another minecart level, so this will be pretty fun. It's not as bad as it is the rocket levels, I'd say, because these levels, well, you don't have to control any acceleration or deceleration quite as much. You're just focusing on jumping, and rocket cart levels, you gotta control height, which can be a whole other level of panic, and you still have the one-hit kill, so I'd say these are pretty forgiving in comparison. Not easy or fun, but still more forgiving. And this is on the easier side of minecart level, so you should be able to do this as long as you pay attention. Here's some tricky stuff here. A lot of these involve you just jumping and then jumping off the tiki and springing into the K or the O, or energy even. Yeah, there's your O. Just jump and get it from that arc. You gotta be on the top one. You couldn't tell. Here, there's your first checkpoint. Keep going. Might not have been the first checkpoint if I missed one other checkpoint before. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Really hope I didn't, but whatever. Keep going along here. You're going to be encountering the end soon enough. I believe it's not here, but very close to here. Most of this time, you just want to kind of hold on to the upper part with the train and just keep going and let it drag you. There's your end. You got to drop at the right moment, or you might fall to your death, but you should be able to get it pretty easy. Careful with your jumps, and make sure you bounce off that tiki that I jumped off of there, because if you don't, you won't be able to get the G, and you'll end up falling short, and it's on the other track, and there's no other way to reach it, so make sure you try to reach it if you're after Kong letters. And then, at the end of the level, like I said, it's pretty easy. And now we're at 4-4 Mole Patrol. This is the second to last level I recorded in this, so this is not that hard. I'd say it's still really easy. Probably one of the easier levels in this world. It's more or less just following patterns and making sure you're watching for where the enemy is attacking, but it's really straightforward. The ending gets a little stressful because you have to follow the certain enemy pattern exactly, or you might mess up. Fairly simple. Give you a freebie balloon. Just don't get hit by the moles of the thing, and there's a lot of them, so be kind of careful. But they give you a lot of room to dodge. Go up. Might want to try and pop the balloon on the mole, but don't feel pressure to, because if you do, you might get too close to his pickaxe and get killed, so better not take a chance. Here, there's a little bit of an arc you need to take, and be careful. See these bananas. You don't need to collect them. If you want to, go for it. There's a checkpoint for you. Just keep going. Follow this arc, though. I believe there's a puzzle piece for you. Yeah, there's something I was going to say. You don't need it unless you want the puzzle pieces to be collected. At this point, I'd say don't go for popping all the moles. Go for the ones that are lower, and don't try to reach for the ones on the top half. The end, see right there, you just got to dip kind of low, but not too low, so you can get out. Fairly simple to collect. As part I was talking about with that drill, and you gotta watch it carefully, otherwise you might mess up. There's a little bit of a hard part here where you gotta watch these crystals too, and go up enough to get that G, but you should be able to squeeze by it with relative ease. Nothing too bad. This is a pretty simple level. I'd say this next level, after this though, is probably the second hardest level in this world, but I'm not entirely sure about that. This next level is really, really well known for how tough it is in mirror mode, so you gotta be careful. To say the least here, there's a lot of sources of damage. You gotta dodge through them and try to not get hit. Even in just the normal version, it's still pretty hard because you're trying to not hit and get hit 4 times, so it can be pretty challenging. It's not super, super hard when you're just playing it normally. It's mainly just watching the little spike patterns and not getting hit. You want to take your time with this and be very, very careful. Make sure you don't get hit. Like what I did there, got hit. That would have been the end of this level if I'd got hit in mirror mode. So, as you can see, this level does not like to play around with these spikes. You gotta watch super carefully. And make sure you study and know when to jump, otherwise you will probably get impaled by a spike and you'll die. This level really, really sucks in that regard. Keep going, just be kind of careful. Jetpack helps here. Fortunately, you don't have that in mirror mode, so be really careful about how you use it, I'd say, but not too careful. Now here you gotta go kind of slow so you don't get stabbed by those, but you should be alright. Just have to pay attention. Fly above that and you'll be okay. But you might mess that up if you're not careful. That's one of the harder jumps in the level. Probably the hardest, I would think, because that level and that jump has screwed me up so many times. Here you're just sitting, waiting, and then you jump. Then you can go over. It's pretty simple. Like, that last jump, I would say, is easily the hardest jump in the whole level. And the rest of it is more of a cakewalk from there on. It's not easy, but it's definitely far easier than that jump, I'd have to say. Right here, you're waiting for the right timing. Don't want to jump at the wrong moment or you might get hit. I've got 1 health, so I'm trying to play it safe and be very careful. Sat here waiting for a long time so I could get a good jump, and I eventually just gave up and jumped in the little saw blade guy was going and tried to make sure I didn't land on him, and thankfully it worked out. Here, this is about timing. Just watch, when you see there's enough room for you to get on there without getting hit, go for it. And try to make sure you're 100% certain you won't get hit. It's kind of the same here, jump from there, and then the rest is easy, because you can reach that little barrel really easy if you pay attention. And then there you go, you've beaten the level. It's really easy. World 4 is fairly challenging, so I hope you guys have an easy time with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Bye, guys. See you in the next one.